now checking out Not a Romaine, cuz.
I'm Renata Romaine, your ear candy. We have Dr. Lenora Fulani in studio with us from the All Stars Project. She is doing some amazing work to change that, to build trust and improve relations between law enforcement and community.
People are under a lot of stress, and there's a relationship between stress and violence. You're just crazy. Things happen and you just do things that you wouldn't normally do. So the police are sent into the community to handle that. The political people don't handle the things that aren't working. And that's a very challenging position to be in. You can't navigate all that's wrong with our communities.
So you're saying police kind of get a bad rap.
Well, they have a hard job.
They have a hard job, and,
Yes.
and they're unfairly often they are made to do the jobs of
Right, that they step in because the schools don't work. They step in because the kids can't find jobs. They're dealing with the fallout of poverty.
Right, so we blame cops for everything when we really shouldn't.
Yeah, well, we should blame the people who are responsible for it, who we elect to office. And so part of what one of the things I say to people all the time is that the community isn't saying to the cops, get out. What they're saying to the cops is, we don't want you to harm us.
Right.
And those are two very different things.
We don't want you to harm us, but we also want you to
be here.
To perceive us as a human being.
Right.
Yes, and also the kids have said to cops in these workshops over and over again, where were you when I needed you? The issue of poverty is a major issue, and why there is so much activity.
Gangs and
Yes,
gun
and so
violence.
because people don't have what they need. And I just wanted to say one other thing quickly. I spoke at Adelphi University a couple of days ago, and the topic was ending gun violence in one generation. And I basically said to them that the issue isn't ending gun violence, the issue is ending poverty.
Right.
That if people have what they need, if the schools work, the schools are an abomination. Go visit them. I'm not
Absolutely.
making this up.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that create an environment where kids can't grow up well, where police officers are trying to manage the madness of it.
Right.
And the political class in this country, I think they're just not coming through.
Well, you tried to change that numerous times. You got your name on the
Ballot
presidential
in all 50 states,
ballots.
I kicked the butt.
a
Yes.
few times. Talk to us a little bit about this upcoming presidential election.
My
Your
God.
thoughts on both sides. You know, are you excited about it? Is there one particular candidate you are endorsing? Why and how does your program, Operation Conversation, and this issue between law enforcement and community, how does that tie into? How should it tie into the election?
I mean, I ran in 88 and 92. I was the first black and woman to get on the ballot in all 50 states.
I thought that was Shirley Chisholm.
She didn't get on the ballot in all 50 states.
Oh.
She supported my campaign for a while, but she was a Democrat, so she couldn't support it after the general election.
Right.
Even though I was on the ballot. But she introduced me to her audiences, and she was great. So I got on the ballot in all 50 states. I ran as a way to demonstrate that there are people in this country who are not that thrilled about the two-party system, which is why we have such a low voter turnout. And it's primarily because the parties are into professional activities that have very little to do with changing what's going on in people's lives. We vote and people get poorer. And you can't get the kinds of responses that you need to get from them because they don't feel beholden to us. And the same people win the same slots like year after year after year, no matter what they do, because the whole process is rigged. We need to build an independent political movement, and people need to run not because they're Democrats or Republicans or independents, but because they've made a contribution. I think the election is, I miss Obama. I mean,
I was just thinking about.
I mean, he ran. I didn't even agree.
The White House.
Yeah, I didn't even agree with everything that he said, but I love the fact that he got elected twice. And it was just, he wasn't like divisive. He put out his positions. I think this election is an insult to the American people.
Who are you endorsing? Donald Trump, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, Ted Cruz, Ben Carson. Who's your pick?
the person that I come most, oh God, Bernie Sanders is at least a progressive. So I haven't endorsed anybody, and sometimes I like what he says and sometimes I don't. But I tend to lean towards his politic. Hillary and Bill Clinton, who I see as the same person, in the 1990s, Bill Clinton, who was supposed to be the great black president, cut the welfare bills in this country or whatever, and came up with this welfare to work, and he caused the biggest cascade towards poverty that we've seen in like years, and no one speaks to that. And I think that's a big deal. So I don't like their politics.
He had a lot of policies that did not work for
black people and poor people and working class people.
Now he's trying to
clean it up
because his wife was running. Absolutely. You guys have to come back. Dr. Lenora Fulani, there's so much to tackle. Adelaide K. Vianney. Got it. The All Stars Project. I have never seen a program that is truly doing something.
Did we stop her?
No, I just said Adelaide. To change.
I'm sorry.
I'll edit. I have never seen a program that is truly doing something to make change between law enforcement and community. So thank you for all the great work that you are doing, and thank you both, Adelaide K. and Vianney.
Thank you
for coming for breakfast today. And if you want to bring Operation Conversation to your city, just go to allstars.org.